Welcome, Derby fans, to episode 2 of the Under the Helmet podcast. What's up, Derby fans? We are back again, episode 2 of the Under the Helmet podcast. We are still in Elizabeth, Indiana, but this time we are joined by the P13 of Preston, Hunter. Preston, how we doing tonight, buddy?
Pretty good, bud. How about you?
I'm got my nice little cold drink, enjoying the nice heated shop here that the Rankins provided us tonight. Man, you've had an amazing year. You've had one hell of a year, actually, for the surrounding area, but fast forward all the way back into the very beginning of your Derby career. When did you start? And, man, what happened?
Started 2017. I ran my first big car. And basically just got jumped. Just got into it, just learning. And then I got into a Mustang. And then that's where it really started in mini cars. And then got my dad. He's been running since a long time. But that's about it.
Man, you've been on the national scene for a while with our good buddy Ethan Clifton, which should be in a future podcast, so guys be on the watch out for that. Just going back to the national point of view, you've ran at Bash, you've ran Middle Mayhem. Is there any other national shows?
No, that's about it.
That's about it?
Yeah.
Well, going forward, 2025 should be a huge year. Let's talk about this year as a whole. This year was an awesome year for you. You ran a lot of shows. I was fortunate enough to film a lot of your shows, trying to W up my tally for the year.
Yes, sir.
I believe the first time that I saw you was April, maybe at Bash.
I think it was Bash. Yeah, Bash.
I think it was
the first
Bash.
one. Yeah, Bash was the first Derby I ran this year, and then I didn't do good. I think I ran down like the 10th. 10th out of
I think you got to 9th.
Huh?
I think you got to 9th.
9th?
I think you got 9th.
Oh, I didn't even know I got 9th. I thought straight up. But yeah, I got down to there. But it was the best experience of my life. Like running with the big dogs for the first time. It's a pretty good experience over there.
Well, you and Ethan drew probably the hardest heat of that weekend, qualifying heat number 1, and they had William Maddy coming out swinging in that heat. What was your mindset going into heat draws for that weekend? And then once heat draws were announced, going onto the track, what'd you think?
No, I was nervous the whole weekend. I didn't know what to do. I was going out there and driving. Like when William Maddy started going after Ethan, I didn't know what to do. It was time to party. When he turned up, I knew it was time to turn up. Okay, that dude out there is an amazing driver.
Well, you weren't alone in that heat, to say the least. You had Ethan. You had the Tussies. A few Tussies were in there.
Yep.
There was a lot of Kentucky drivers that were there that weekend. Ian Preston is from Kentucky. Where and abouts are?
Carrollton, Kentucky.
Carrollton, Kentucky. We were just there. That was an amazing show that weekend. We'll get into that point of the season a little bit later. But after Bash, where'd your season go on from?
We went to Carrollton, and then we went back to Indiana for the first time, and then I don't even remember.
You went on a huge win streak during the year, which
I think it was like 9 wins, a couple seconds, and 1/3.
That's an impressive year, to say the least. No matter the class, that's an impressive stout. The car that you've been running almost this whole entire year. Yeah. I believe you've only had a second place or a worse place than second in that car probably twice.
Yeah, that's the only time I built that car in 2022, and then been running it all season, and then got I think 10 wins out of that car because we got to ran it in 2022, and then got the first win with that, and then we saved it.
That's crazy. You came out to my hometown, Paoli, back in July. You took home the win there. A lot of drivers from around Indiana and Kentucky were there. One Illinois driver, I believe, was there as well. When it comes to mini cars, and especially in Indiana, they run the Mini Madness, which if you guys don't know at home, Mini Madness is mini cars, minivans, and mini trucks all run at once. A lot of the rules up here is firewall forward. You can do anything from firewall forward plates. I think it was like 12 to 14 inch bumper shock at some shows. But mostly you run against mod minis, mod vans, and mod mini trucks. Does the game plan or mindset change when you're running against just mini cars compared to the Mini Madness ordeal? A lot of mini cars are running, well, it depends on the show. Toast runs all mini cars, and then he has a separate class for the minivans and mini trucks. But down here, Southern Indiana, it's Mini Madness. Mod minis, mod vans, mod mini trucks. Yep. Does the game plan or mindset change going into that compared to running just against cars?
It changes a little bit with the back wheel drive Mustangs and stuff, because like you really can't hit the back wheels because they really don't do nothing, because they can still roll. Yeah. But I think the front wheels are the biggest targets on them. You just got to make sure you take them. Like you can't just play around with the little wheel shots. Like you got to take them off basically.
Yeah, you got to be the hammer and not the nail when it comes to the Mini Madness.
Yes, when it comes to Mini Madness, you got to be the nail. If you're not the nail, you're gonna get messed up.
There was a TikTok that went viral after Trimble County this year. You parking engine deep into a fender well, and all you can say is, "Oops, my bad," while your forehead is split wide open.
I had a concussion. I didn't know what to say. I didn't even know I parked that deep, because in my mind, like, it wasn't that hard of a hit, but when it caught traction, it was moving. But in the video, it didn't look that bad, but it was pretty bad.
It probably felt worse.
It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
Now, we talked about the Rankins being a family ordeal. Yeah. They pretty much adopted you, to say the least, as your adopted son, adopted brother. But you and Ethan Clifton run together a lot.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are like brothers as well. What's it like pulling onto the track when you know you got the backup if Ethan is there, or if you come up here, know you got all the Rankins behind you?
It's the best when you got family out there with you. Yeah. It's all it's about family, like having a good time, just enjoying yourself. But Patrick, he's just amazing dude. Like, he took me as a fucking like a little kid. Like, he's just the best dude I ever met.
And that's what it's all about. Family is everything in this sport. We talked to them about how they proceed multiple generations pulling onto the track. Maybe, just maybe, and Ricky's over here watching us tonight, just maybe we can get you and your dad to pull onto the track at the same time one of these days, to have the multiple generation of hunters pulling onto the track.
We ran in 2020. He ran it down the fourth. He parked some old dude in the wall, and then he said I'm stuck. I had to come get him out. But I was in my motion. I put him in the passenger floorboard on the axle, and he was parked by his elbows for like 2 weeks. He said, "My elbows!" I'm like, "My bad, I was in my zone, my bad."
So it sounds like we need to relive some moments and get the hunters back on the track at the same time, and possibly have the hunters and the Rankins on the track all at once.
No, it's going to happen. It
needs to happen one of these days.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Man, 2024, like you said, like 9 wins is what you had this year.
Yeah.
Almost all of them in the same car.
All of them in the same car. It was a crazy experience.
And the car you took to Bash, yeah. You ran that a few times this year as well after the Bash for Cash.
Yeah, I did.
Some bad luck, yeah. But you're going to have that, especially going up against the talent that we saw you going up against this year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, on to 2025. We are discussing behind camera a lot of stuff going on for 2025. For not only you, but for me, the Rankins, everybody involved here in this shop, that you guys are going to have to wait for back at home. Sorry, but you're going to have to wait. What are you expecting 2025 to look like?
It's going to be wild. I'm gonna try to get some more national shows. I want to try getting some team shows. I want to get my name out there.
Yes.
That's my biggest thing I want to do, is get my name out there so they know who I am as a driver.
I'm pretty sure when you got 9 wins on the year, the whole entire Southern Indiana border knows who you are, and also in Kentucky. You got a lot of Kentucky wins under your belt this year too, as well.
Yeah, I mean, they might know him, but everybody else might not know him.
They will sure learn who Preston Hunter is here next year. Looking outside of Derby, what is life outside of Derby? And even if there is none, we talked to the Rankins. They said Derby is their life. There's nothing like Derby. My life is nothing but Derby. I'm always on the road. either filming or building cars with all my friends and close family that I consider family. What's life outside of derbying for you, even if there is any?
It's nothing, really, just spending time with family, just hanging out with friends until derby season comes back. And then we're in the show.
At this point, does derby season even actually end?
No,
Because we got a derby, as this is being recorded next week, there's a derby in Russellville, Kentucky, and just in a short month and a half, we got Week of Warzone in Sturgis.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be rowdy.
And the season kind of takes off from there. You guys here might have a break. I do not have a break. February I'll be heading to Florida. And then in March, end of February, early March, I'll be heading to Mississippi again for that show. I believe there is entries open for mini cars or minivans in the Mississippi show. Brian England, OC Events and Promotions, putting on that show. Guys, he is looking for more entries. So if you guys are interested, look him up, OC Events and Promotions, Corinth, Mississippi, February 28th and March 1st. You wanted national shows. I'm trying to give you some more national shows. We got a lot brewing behind the scenes and behind the camera that we're trying to hook up. A lot of sponsorships are going to be happening this year. A lot of shows. Just what being a mini car guy, your car of choice. What is it?
Toyota Camry.
That's a lot of people's interpretation, but
it's an Avalon though.
Avalon. Now there's quite a disagreement when it comes to W bodies and Camrys.
Yeah.
And now the new trend on social media is these Dodge Avengers and the new Camry killers. What is your opinion, being a mini car driver and being in Camrys so much? What's your opinion on them Dodge Avengers? And will we ever see one?
They're pretty wicked, and if I ever get my hands on one, I might get it.
They're hard. They're hard cars.
They're hard.
We will talk to Ethan Clifton here, hopefully in the next few episodes, of how his run went against a Dodge Avenger in Greensburg this year. It did not fare so well for him in that Camry.
Yeah.
Ethan, we love you.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's all love over here. But, man, I can't wait. I cannot wait for 2025. I think it's going to be a huge year. We got a lot of things planned.
Yes, sir, we do. It's going to be a crazy year.
I can't wait. So, Preston, it was a short one, but we know how you are.
I'm shocked.
But thank you for joining me, buddy. And Derby fans, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell for post notifications. You guys will get notified every time I upload something on this channel. Who knows what's going to come out on the Multi-Demo 10 YouTube channel. And also go like us on Facebook. You guys will get up-to-date updates whenever I have a show, update on when a show's coming out. You'll see them all there. But until next time, guys, we'll see you later.